Alright, good afternoon, viewers. Happy Monday to everybody. I hope everybody's had a fantastic start to their new work week. Monday afternoon, just past 5:30. We are sitting in Little Rock, Arkansas, currently in our Southwest Airlines PMDG 737-700, painted in the beautiful Freedom 1 livery. Absolutely stunning paint scheme of the 737 by Southwest. Looks absolutely incredible. Baggage is currently being loaded, passengers are currently boarding, and the fuel has already been loaded onto the airplane. So we are good to go. The only thing we have to do is get inside, program our flight management computer, and calculate the performance of our airplane, as well as configure the overhead panel for pushback. So without further ado, let's hop inside the flight deck here. You can hear everything's all powered up and air is already flowing into the cockpit. Let's go ahead and get started. First off with calculating our FMC and getting our routing implemented. So let's go ahead and jump down here. Perfect. First thing we are going to do is we're going to come over here to route. Our origin is KLIT. Enter that in, and our arrival is Dallas, going to Dallas, Texas on this first leg. KDAL is what we want there. Perfect. Our flight number is SWA 1018. Entering that in now. Our departure runway is 22 right out of Little Rock, so we'll enter that in as well. Looking good. No company route. We're going to leave that blank just for now. Coming over here, the first it's a direct departure. From there, I'm talking all over myself today. From there, we are going to Lesme. Direct departure to Lesme, and then direct to Dirk, DIRRK. And that's it on the waypoints. We'll activate that and execute it in, and now we just have to calculate our arrival. So it looks like we are coming in 13 left. There it is right there, ILS 13 left on the Hybel 3 arrival. There it is, Hybel 3 via the Dirk transition. There it is, looking good. We'll enter that in and execute it. That's looking all good. We just need to go over to our legs page, and we need to make sure that everything is looking right on our FMC. So, I mean, on our screen right here. So let's go ahead and have a look. We'll switch this over to plan. Looking good. There's our airplane there. We'll click on step and just go through each one of our waypoints and just make sure that everything is correct. We don't have any discontinuities, nothing looks weird. Everything looking good so far. And there's our arrival to runway 13 left. Okay. I am happy with all that, ladies and gentlemen, so we are going to come back. Let's get this. There we go. Looking good. We're going to come back over to our progress page, turn this back to map. Everything is looking perfect there. Now, let's calculate the performance of our airplane now as well. So we'll go over here to menu, FMC, initial reference. There we go. Here's our performance. We need to grab our gross weight. So we're going to come over here to our payload. Our gross weight is 128.6. So we'll enter that in, 128.6. There we go. It gives us a zero fuel weight of 115,500 pounds. We'll grab our reserve fuel from our SimBrief flight plan here, which is giving us 2.1 for reserves, and it's giving us a cost index of 7 today. Our cruising altitude on this flight is looking like it's only going to be 320. So we're not going very high. And then we need to grab our average cruise wind from our flight plan as well, and that's looking like it's coming in from a heading of 293 degrees, and it looks like it's blowing at about 14 knots. So that's a very Nice light speed right there. Unable to do 280 knots. Okay, don't care. Coming over to our N1 limits now. Our outside air temperature currently in Little Rock. Let's get our METAR data. Telling us right now it's looking like light rain currently with mist, 7 knots and 76 degrees Fahrenheit. Huh. I don't see any kind of light rain. It's interesting. Let's just make sure everything's looking right here. Let's get our VFR map up and just make sure. Yeah, it's saying there's light rain right now. I mean, I don't see any light rain here. That's interesting. Is our live weather on? Our live weather is on, so not sure what that is. It's probably going to be coming in soon then. It probably hasn't updated yet, but that's okay. That's perfectly fine. Still grabbing our temperature for Celsius. (32°C). Grabbing that, entering that, an invalid entry. Okay, whatever. Just look for that for nothing, I guess. We're going to derate our takeoff there, and then we are going to select a regular climb as well. Come over here to takeoff. We have 5 degrees on the flaps per usual, and then we need to get our center of gravity percentage also from our payload. So we have 23.5 on the center of gravity. 23.5. Let's give us our trim value of 5.56. We will get our V speeds entered in. That's looking good. So we will come over here and get our trim value plugged in, 5.56. So we'll just spin that down right here until our little doohickey here reaches 5.56. Just past 5.5, but we'll probably stop it right at 5.5 for safe measure. Alright, that's looking good right about there. We're also going to come over here to our ground services menu, and we're going to tell our luggage carts to leave the area now. We're all loaded up, so just tell them to please leave. There they go, and I believe that we are all set to go, ladies and gentlemen, to start programming our overhead panel and getting everything configured for pushback. Alright, coming up over here to our autopilot now. Let's get our cruising altitude plugged in. We want 320, that's flight level 320, 32,000 feet. There we go, 32,000 feet is entered. We come down here and let's grab our V2 speed, 133. So we want V2 plus 10 for our speed. So we want 143 there. Auto throttle is going to be armed. Both flight directors are going to be armed, and then LNAV, or VNAV, and LNAV are both going to be turned on. Hey Kelly, nice to see you. Thank you for joining, as always. Really appreciate that. Alright, that's looking like everything is all good. Okay. We're going to come over here, or come up rather, to our overhead panel, and let's continue configure the rest of the airplane for flight. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to turn on one of our fuel pumps. In this case, it's our left aft fuel pump. Wait for the low pressure light to extinguish. APU master switch is going to come down to the on position, and then it's going to come down to the start position. There we go. Our exhaust gas temperature needle is starting to move there. Wait for our APU to spool up. We will come over here and turn our anti-collision lights to the on position to let everybody know that the airplane is, the APU is starting up and to clear the area. Looking outside, our luggage carts and trucks are starting to leave. Absolutely beautiful looking livery today on our Southwest Airlines 737-700 on our way out of Little Rock, Arkansas to Dallas, Texas. Total flight time is 55 minutes for our first leg here. Our second leg, leaving Dallas, is actually going to New Orleans, Louisiana. Total flight time there is also about an hour and 6 minutes. So not very long flights today. Especially the first flight, we will not be cruising long at all. There we go, you just heard our APU officially come to life there. Oops. We'll come up here now and we will turn our APU generators both into the on position. Our APU bleed will not come on until 1 minute after the APU has started. We're also going to come over here, we're going to turn our fasten seatbelt signs, get that into the on position, let everybody know to take their seats because we are about to be getting going. And we're also going to turn our AC source selector to APU generator and our aux battery down to standby power. Looking good here. Let's start our checks going up and down from left to right. Flight control and alternate flaps and spoiler guards all stay down. Yaw damper comes on. All of our navigation switches stay on normal. Our displays stay on auto and normal. Fuel temperature is looking good. Fuel pumps will stay off for now until we go to start the airplane. Already took care of our power sources up here. Our standby power and drive disconnect switches, those guards are closed. Ground power, we can switch that up just to be sure. There we go, looking good. APU generators are currently on. We just switched those on. Ooh, Louisiana, gotta find us a seafood boil. Absolutely, go get some crawdaddies and eat a bunch of spicy seafood so that way I can come home and spend the rest of the afternoon in my restroom. Continuing on now. Circuit breaker, these lights look good. Equipment cooling stays normal. Emergency exit lights are already armed. No smoking and seatbelt signs are also armed. And our windshield wipers are both off into parking mode. Window heats are all going to come on now. Our probe heats are going to stay off until we are ready for pushback. We don't need our anti-icing today. Electronic hydraulic pumps are both going to come into the on position. Looking good there. We're going to bring our packs to the cool position to let everybody get nice and cool in the cabin. Passenger cabin, same thing. Oops, what did I just do there? Anyway, passenger cabin is set to cool. We are looking really good here, everybody. Now time to come down here. APU bleed can come on now. Get some nice cold air going into the cockpit for everybody to keep everybody nice and cool. We need to get our flight altitude plugged in. We're going up to 32,000 feet on this first leg. There it is. 32,000 feet is entered. And I believe that we are good to push back. Spicy doo-doo. Yes, I would like to avoid the spicy doo-doo at all costs. I'm not a fan. Come over here to our FS actions, go to ground service, get our ground power cart to release, which is going to release our jetway as well. There we go, our jetway is moving backward now. The only thing we have to do is just make sure we are going to be taxiing to runway 22 right and get that all situated just to make sure we know where we're going. 22 right should be straight in front of us, so it should be this one right here. Nope, other way. 22 right. Or is 22 right here? It is. 22 right's on the other side. Okay. So we're going to push back and out to the left. And then we are going to follow straight, take a right. Alright. Nice, easy taxi. A very short taxi. Not a very big airport here in Little Rock either. It's actually quite small. It's not an international airport or anything like that. Push us back straight. And then out to our left. Wait, that's our right. Where do we need to be going now? Yeah, out to our right. Okay. Just making sure, everybody. Just don't want to get anything mixed up here. Alright. Pushback is planned. We are good to go now. We're going to request that. He's going to hook up to the airplane, and we are going to get everything going here. Fuel pumps are going to come on now. Everything's looking good. Our center pumps can stay off. We don't have any fuel in those tanks. And our APU bleed can stay on, but our packs are going to come into the off position to allow our engines to start, and our probe heats are going to come on. We are good to go, and we are good to push and start. So we will wait for him to connect and give us the clearance to release our parking brake, and then we will start the engines up, and we'll get wing views to hear the engines start as well. Beautiful weather here in Little Rock, although the METAR data that I just saw had it as a light rain with a lot of mist, and we don't have any light rain here, so I'm not sure what the disconnect is there. Cleared for push and start. Parks and brakes are released. Commencing pushback. Commence the engines in sequence. We're going to start with engine number 2 first. This comes down here into ground. Let's take a look, make sure that we have everything rising here. N2 rotation coming to life, and 1 rotation is starting now. As usual, and this hits 25%. N2, we will engage fuel pressure down here, and we'll pop out over to the right-hand view to listen to the engine startup. There's 25. Alright, sounded like we got a good startup on engine number 2. Let's come back in the cockpit and just make sure everything's looking good, which it is. We'll go ahead and start engine number 1 now. Switch comes over to the ground position. We'll come down here. N2 has started to rotate. We'll look up as well. N1 has started to rotate. Looking good there as usual. At 25%, N2 up here, we will engage fuel pressure and hop over to the wing to have a listen.
Startup is complete. You may disconnect.
Okay, as you see there, we had a little bit of trouble with our parking brake. Looks like a bug with PMDG. They just updated the airplane, so I'm definitely going to have to report that one. Coming down to RTO for our auto brakes. We'll come down, we'll come up here now and turn our taxi lights on. Engine generator switches will both come into the on position. There we go. APU generators are off, and now APU can come into the off position as well. We will get our packs both into the auto position along with our isolation valve, and we are good to go, ladies and germs. We'll come down here first and just put our flaps down to 5 degrees. Let's go over to the wing and have a watch. Alright, looking good there. We are good to go, ladies and gentlemen. I would say we're going to release our parking brake, but it's already released, and it looks like we can't do anything about that, so we're just going to apply some power here, and let's get us on our way. Alright, on our way to the runway. It's just going to be a left out of here, and then our next right, and that's it. Very short taxi today. First leg, as I mentioned, is Little Rock, Arkansas to Dallas, Texas. Hope everybody had a fantastic Monday. Our first right-hand turn right here to get us to runway 22 right to get us out of Little Rock for Dallas. Just finished a flight from Tokyo to LA. Cool, Jack. Awesome. It was a long one. What was the flight time on that one? What airplane did you use? Gonna start doing some long hauls here shortly. I actually have our celebration stream scheduled. We hit 25 subscribers last night. We are up to 27 now, which is absolutely unbelievable. Our celebratory flight for our subscriber goal is actually going to be Newark, New Jersey to Frankfurt, Germany. That's looking at just about 6.5 hours. With headwinds, it might be a little bit more, so we're going to see. $787 All Nippon, awesome. 28, hey, thank you for the sub. Really appreciate it, Jack. That's awesome. Thank you so much. I didn't realize another sub came in. The alerts don't always work for Streamlabs, so usually the alerts should come up. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. 10 hours and 28 minutes. Ooh. That's a long one. We're gonna hold short here, everybody. Normally we'll do a good old turn and burn. Not using air traffic control. If you're new here, I do not use air traffic control, everyone. That's something that will be coming in the future, but for now, we're not going to be using it. Landing lights coming to the on position. We'll turn our taxis off. We'll come over here to our strobes. We'll get those on and steady. And let's get out of here, everybody, shall we? All right, enjoy the departure out of Little Rock for Dallas, everybody. Throttle's coming up to 40%, N1. All right, everybody, enjoy. We're going into Toga. V1 rotate. Ooh. Up nice and quick. Positive rate of climb. Gear is coming up. Right. Just come a little bit more to our right here. Alright, looking good. Do you have flight yoke and throttle set up? Yes, I do. I have the Thrustmaster Boeing yoke and throttle. Absolutely love it. Probably the best peripherals I think I have ever used in all my years of flight simming, which is only about, well, I'd say 15 now. 15 years of flight simming. This is the best yoke and peripherals I've ever used. I also have the Airbus system as well. But, alright, lowering our nose down a little bit now. Flap's gonna come to 1. Alright, we'll go ahead and get our autopilot turned on now. Get a wing view for everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for flying Southwest Airlines. Please stay seated until we get to our cruising altitude. We are on the way to Dallas once again. Thank you for flying Southwest Airlines. Thank you, Jack, for being our lovely man on the microphone. I really appreciate it. Feel free to keep the announcements coming. The lovely view of Little Rock below us on our way out of here for Dallas. Flaps can come clean now. I'll be the flight attendant. All right. I'll take a Sprite whenever you have a quick moment, please. Would you like a drink? Yes, sir. We're going to have to wait a little while to get some alcohol in that drink, though. All right, so cool. Let's get inside the cockpit here. Need to turn down our simulator sounds as well. There we go. Alright, everything is looking like on track. We're just climbing through 8,800 feet. We are climbing very quickly. The airplane's very light, as usual. Everything is looking good. Everything is looking good. No bells, no whistles, no alarms. Check up top, make sure everything is set. Alright, we're good to go to Dallas, everybody. Like I said, total flight time is only 55 minutes. There goes 10,000 feet. Get our landing lights off now. Here's your Sprite. Thank you. Appreciate it. Sprite, my favorite soda. I'm not a dark soda kind of guy, so I'm not a big fan of like Pepsi or Coke. I mean, I'll do a Coke, but it has to be on ice. And usually it has to be from a fountain. I'm not a fan of it straight out of the bottle. I'm going to go ahead and throw this up on the screen as well, up the top left. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram. There's my handle there, fly_with_MB, for all of my stream announcements and scheduling, as well as click the like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications if you haven't already. It would be greatly appreciated. We've already gained 28 subscribers now. It's just about 1 month since I've started live streaming to YouTube. Absolutely incredible. I really thank everybody for subscribing and supporting me. It definitely means the world to me. Really, really greatly appreciate it. We actually have our celebratory stream as promised. We hit 25 subscribers last night, and I said if we hit 25 by last night, which we've surpassed that by 3. 25 subscribers by August the 1st, we will be doing a celebratory stream on Sunday, which we have all scheduled. As I mentioned, we're going to be in the Heavy Division mod 78710 in United Airlines, heading, and this is real world ops, just like these flights here. These are all real world operations, and we are going from Newark, New Jersey to Frankfurt, Germany. That's about 6.5 hours, so that's going to be our longest stream. Longest stream right now currently sits at about 4.5 hours. So this next one's going to be nice and long. There will be an intermission throughout the flight, just so I can get some stuff done on a Sunday afternoon. Everybody has some chores to do, so quick intermission during that flight just to allow me to do some stuff around the house and get my day situated. Oops, auto brakes come off from RTO. We're looking fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely fantastic. Hi, Mike. Sorry, was cooking dinner. No problem. No problem at all. What's for dinner? What are we having? I had a quesadilla a little while ago. What's the celebration flight? Sorry, I logged in as you were talking. A celebration flight is in a Boeing 787-10 Dreamliner, United Airlines, from Newark, New Jersey, to Frankfurt, Germany. I tested that flight out last week. Oops, gotta go into standard mode for our altitude. I tested that flight out last week. Everything went well. So I have confidence in that one. The other option I was thinking about was actually the Concorde from, of course, London Heathrow to New York JFK. But for whatever reason, I'm not sure if the Concorde, if I haven't updated it. I checked and I have the most recent version. I just could not get the airplane worth of anything to follow any kind of course with the navigation. It was just turning wherever it wanted to, and then the frame rate suddenly dropped, you know, when we got up to our cruising altitude. It just, you know, I was getting 8 frames per second. And from what I read online, it's something about a memory leak, so Concorde is going to have to be saved for a future stream, everybody. My apologies, but that will be coming up. Michael, I can't attend your flight to New Orleans. I'm staying at a hotel in Dallas. Maybe someone else can be your flight attendant if you're okay with that. Absolutely, I'm taking applications. Remember, you are all my crew members. That's what I call everybody that's subscribed to my channel. You are crew members. You're all part of the crew. Anybody can serve drinks. Anybody can serve hot meals on flights that we're going to have hot meals for. No hot meals on this flight, unfortunately. Let's go over this view. Once we get a little bit higher, I will do an outside view for everybody. We'll hang out there and turn our tunes on just for a little while until we reach our destination. I'm a flight attendant. There you go. Everybody's a flight attendant. Just grab your own drinks. Do whatever you need to do. Grab your own food. Bring your own food. The only thing I don't permit on the airplane is smoking, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to ask you not to smoke on the airplane and disable any smoke detectors in the lavatory. I'm subbed. Yes, you are. Thank you so much, Jack. Really appreciate it. Really means a lot to me. Up to 28 now. 28 subscribers. Absolutely fantastic. Fantastic stuff. Alright, let's get outside now. Let's go ahead and turn our volume down. Rest in peace, headphone users. Oh, the co-pilot is smoking right now. Haha. What's he smoking? That's the question. Ooh, what can be my job? I mean, we can assign roles. I'll get a roster up. Gate agent. There you go. Checking everyone's tickets. We don't want any stragglers getting onto our airplane. We'll turn the music up now. I don't know. Alright. Look at how beautiful this livery looks. I saw this on flightsim.to and man, I couldn't say no to this one. Absolutely fantastic. Freedom 1, Southwest Airlines 737-700. You can be the secret undercover agent. Secret agent man. Southwest Airlines covers federal secret undercover agents on their airplanes at all the time. Alright, something I do need to update, and I always forget to update this before I start the stream. And one day I'll remember. It's going to be to update our like and share screen, so I need to fix this because this is 5 subscribers off. This is from when I last streamed on Saturday, so we need to fix this really quickly, so bear with me just a moment. There we go. Sorry about that, everybody. Had to get that fixed. So now I have set a new goal. I'll just be the passenger then. Flight attendant, may I please a lemon martini with some extra lemon? What snacks do you offer? Don't they usually have undercover cops? Yes, they do. Forgot about the safety video. Hello everybody, welcome to Southwest. Buckle your seatbelts like this and unbuckle like that, and no smoke, remember, unless you're like me and you're smoking hot. Wonder what that is. And if you look under your seat, you'll find your flotation devices. Teeny weeny bikini with no polka donuts. Peanuts and cookies. Usually, the last time I took a Southwest flight, I believe, looks like we just reached our cruising altitude as well. Yes, we did. Let's jump inside the cockpit and just make sure everything's looking good here. We'll find out exactly when we are going to be starting our descent, just so I know not to overlook it. Top of our descent is in 72 miles. We got 203 nautical miles to go until Dallas altogether, and looks like we are slated to arrive in about 49 minutes. Or I lied, 39 minutes. Okay, 39 minutes to go, everybody. Like I said, top of descent is in about 70 miles, so we'll just get that zoomed out a little bit there, just so we can tell. The only reason why I'm just wanting to go check that is so I don't overfly our destination. Done that before. Get caught up in conversation with everybody, just laughing and having a good time, and overfly my top of descent by about 20 miles. Yeah. Don't want that. Last time I was on a Southwest flight, which was back in February, it was trail mix, or am I thinking is that the wrong name? Like kind of like a Chex Mix, but it's the one that's got like the pretzel rods, the tasty like Italian bread circles, the really salty ones. I'm not sure if they offer peanuts anymore, just because of like peanut allergy stuff. At least I haven't had peanuts on a Southwest flight in a very long time, and I fly them like 2 times a year usually, so I didn't notice anything. But that's, again, I've flown during COVID now, but COVID was really, don't want to say at its peak. It was probably about February of 2021 when I flew again this past February, so. And this, of course, is the lovely PMDG 737-700. They just released the 600 series, and that's actually a really good price point on that. You know, I think it's $35. You know, if you want a study-level airliner, the 737-600 is the way to go if you want, if you're on a budget, you know, or if you don't believe in spending your hard-earned dollars, especially the 700 and the 800. Those are going to be priced at $75. At least that's what I saw for the 800. I will be acquiring the 800, so we'll be upgrading from the 700 to the 800 once that gets released. And I think PMDG said that that's going to be in August, about mid-August. And we also have a lot of really great airplanes coming as well. I mean, I know that we have a 727-200 on the way. We have a A330 and A350. 757 is also under development. PMDG is working on their 777 and their 74. A lot of really great airplanes coming out. Like I said last stream, the last time I looked, looks like we had just about 225 airplanes on the way. 100 and change of those have been announced officially, so the community knows that the product is coming. And the rest, the remainder, the other 100 and change, they aren't officially announced yet by the developers, but we do know that they are under development. They just haven't been announced what they're working on. Microsoft and Asobo has just been informed that they are working on them, so really looking forward. 200 airplanes coming soon. A lot of good freeware ones as well. The 727-200 is going to be freeware. I believe the 757 is going to be freeware. So really awesome stuff. I dare you to do Miami to Fort Lauderdale on a 777. Hey, I'll do it. Challenge accepted, Jack. That'll be in the future. Although I might want to wait until PMDG releases their 777, just because the Captain Sim 777 just is, you know, it's a real shame. You know, and if you like the Captain Sim 777 and their 7.6 in the store, that's awesome. I mean, it's just, you know, I purchased the 777. I do have it, and I did install the Salty Improvement mod on it. I haven't really flown it since the Salty mod has been installed. So I don't really know. I mean, I've done it once or twice, and both times the game crashed out on me, and that's just something I can't stand, is when the game crashes and you've any flight simmer's been through it, when you put an hour of work into getting the airplane prepped and ready to go. You get 2 hours into your flight, and then on descent the game crashes or freezes, or just in the middle of the flight you have autopilot on, you go out and do a few things and go to the store, go grocery shopping, vacuum, do all your chores, and you come back and the simulator stopped and you crash to desktop. That is the most infuriating thing on the face of the earth to me, and that did happen to us actually a couple of weeks ago, when we were in Qatar in our A350 or A330 rather, trying to do some flights from Doha to Kuwait, and a couple of flights over there, and just the first time it crashed was kind of my fault, because I was kind of going crazy with the camera angles. Like, how I transition the camera angles like that. I was getting a little bit too picky with those and really changing them really quickly, and that's when it froze up in the middle of that transition. So I initially thought it was my fault, just kind of clicking too much. I don't know. I would hope my computer can handle it, man. So I thought maybe I gave it another shot, did the same thing, loaded the airplane up again, got everything set back up, started taxiing this time. FMC, or the McDo in the Airbus, was all programmed. Everything was good. We were maybe only a couple of taxi turns away from the runway. Didn't change camera angles, nothing. We were just sitting straight in the cockpit as I was taxiing the airplane, and bam, crashed the desktop. And I was like, you know what? I've had enough of this, everybody. That was after a terrible work week, too. Very stressful work week, and I just wanted to stream on a Friday night, and it just wouldn't work with me, so I went and played Pokemon instead on my couch with my Retroid. So, all's well ends well. But like I say, crashes to the desktops, they're really, really aggravating sometimes for me. Let's get back into the flight deck here and just look. We got 28 miles until we descend. Like I said, I'm not using ATC, so I'm not going to look at any charts or anything like that. When I don't use ATC, I just come in here and kind of wing it. So I apologize if what I'm doing right here doesn't exactly look up to snuff, but we're coming down to, oops, I'm not going to use my autopilot wheel on the throttle quadrant, just so you guys can see that I'm actually twisting the knob. We're going to set this to 2,500 feet. The airplane will start descending on its own down to 2,500 feet. And as I've mentioned before, when I'm streaming like this, sometimes the things that you are going to see me do aren't exactly true to life. Sometimes you might notice me or say I'm taking a shortcut, when I'm doing certain things, but hey, this is a simulator. In the title, simulator. I love and respect following every procedure to real life, but you know what, like before, like me forgetting to turn the auto brake off, oops, oh well. It happens. Simulator. And that's the beauty about a flight simulator, is anybody can get in a plane and fly it wherever they want without any repercussions. And I've also had a couple other things planning. I was looking at some airplanes in the store and in the marketplace, and I had a couple of recommendations for fighter planes, classic World War II fighters and bombers. There's just not a lot out there for that yet in this simulator. They exist for Flight Simulator X, but I mean, we're past Flight Simulator X. If I were to go back to Flight Simulator X now, I still look at videos of it, because there's still a lot of great airplanes for that simulator that I absolutely love. The PMDG 777 is one of them. The Captain Sim 777 is one of them. The Captain Sim 75, 76, 727, 737, 200. I had all of those for FSX. But if I were to go back to FSX now, man, it would just... It looks so dated, and grantedly so. I mean, Flight Simulator X came out in 2005? Am I right? 2006? 2005, 2006? So a long time ago. And Flight Simulator X stayed relevant for a long time. That got 15, 14 solid years. And I played Flight Simulator X for 14, 15 solid years. It's maybe a little less than that, because the first simulator I started with was Flight Simulator 2002, because the family computer at the time couldn't handle Flight Simulator 2004 or Flight Simulator X. So I got Flight Simulator 2002 when Flight Simulator X was already released. So I probably got Flight Simulator X in about 2007. You hear that? Sounds like we just started our descent into the Dalas area. Let's go inside the flight deck very quickly and just make sure that everything's looking on track. Make sure we don't have any FMC alerts. Probably gonna need some drag eventually. 129 miles to go until Dalas. Looks like we're arriving right on track, 22:50 Zulu time, so it's about another 28 minutes, everybody, until we are on the ground in Dalas. Hope everybody's certainly having a wonderful evening hanging out with me here today. Lovely Monday. Let's get a look at our weather now, going into the Dalas area. Alright, Dallas Love Field. We're looking at about 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds coming in from a direction of 130. Looks like they're steady at 9 knots and gusting at 17. So that's be a little bit windy, a little bit gusty on our arrival, but nothing that we can't handle. Visibility is greater than 10 miles, which is excellent. Looks like we do have some scattered clouds at 25,000. And again, some scattered clouds also at 8,000, which is pretty much what we're seeing here, so we shouldn't have any surprises coming in to Dalas. Hopefully we'll get a nice landing in there for everybody. Did you get a chance to read my replies in regards to my neck? I did not, but I will take a look when the stream is over. Got some exciting stuff planned for the stream once we grow our view count just a little bit more. We get some more frequent watchers in here. There will be a giveaway going on eventually. And it's going to be a banger of a giveaway as well. So keep a lookout for that. That's coming in the future. As I said, once we grow the stream a little bit more, get some more people watching, just want to give everybody, as many people as a chance as possible to have a chance at the giveaway and take home a shiny new prize during the stream. So that's coming up eventually. Like I said, I really want to take this stream to the moon and get a lot of people in the community in here and just talking about all things flight simulation. Speaking of which, we talk about a lot of different things in here during our descent. Now that it's nice and quiet, figured I would bring up the sports world, the NFL. How many days away are we until kickoff? 50? I believe, around there. It looks like it's going to be an opener between Buffalo and Los Angeles, if I'm not mistaken. That's the first game of the season. Really interested to see what's going to be going on with the world in the NFL lately. You know, that Deshaun Watson news just came out, only getting a 6-game suspension, so that's definitely going to shape some things up for the season, you know. And now we're looking at Tampa Bay has just got an all-star lineup again, you know. Los Angeles, same thing. Green Bay is looking pretty tough. Buffalo, they're number 1 in the power rankings. Tampa Bay coming in at number 2. Number 3 is LA. Number 4, I think, is Cincinnati. Number 5 is KC. So, you know, we're definitely going to be really interesting to see what's going to happen. Like, I already have my prediction. Being a New England sports fan, of course, you know, I would love to go with my boy Bill Belichick and his son Mac Jones, but, you know, I just don't really see that happening. I mean, they could come out of camp and come out of training with a lot of impressive plays, and who knows, and who knows what they're gonna do. But I'll say it right here. You know, I said it last time. I think this one's going to Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Bucks. I don't know. I just have a really good feeling, or big feeling about that. You know, it's Tom Brady's last year in the league. You know, if you don't think that he's going to be going for broke on this one and really doing all he can to win another championship, then you are absolutely out of your mind. Just about to pass below 23,000 feet here. Remember, everybody, the second leg of our journey is going to be to New Orleans, Louisiana, from Dallas. That flight is about 1 hour and 6 minutes. We should be getting there at about... We are landing shortly. Yes, we are. Almost there, everybody. Buckle up, put your things away, put your tray tables up. Usual spiel from the flight attendants. Sorry about this flickering going on right here. Is it coming across on your guys' screen? It might be something with my monitor, honestly. Let me see. Let me view the stream itself. Yeah, it's coming across on the stream, so it's in the simulator. Not sure what's causing it. It never used to do that. But up until PMDG released the update on this, on the 737, I noticed the parking brakes can't be engaged. Not sure if that's something on my end, like maybe one of my peripherals is interfering with it. I mean, I wouldn't think so. I can check it out. But I don't think anything would be causing that to go haywire. I see it. Yeah. I mean, if it's not bothering you guys, I'll keep it there. If it's bothering you, I mean, I can switch this view more to something like this, so you won't see that. I just kind of like the idea of having the passenger view there, you know, like more like being inside the airplane. When we get below 18,000 feet, the music is going to be lowered and our game volume is going to come back up for our landing into Dallas. Looking really good so far. Not bothering me? Okay. Good. I'll throw this up there again, everybody. Please, we have a new goal, 50 subscribers by September the 1st. We're sitting at 28 currently. We gained 4 subscribers last week. More than that, 6. We gained 6 subscribers last week alone. So hoping to get up to 50 by the time September 1st comes around. We only need 22 more to complete that goal. That's less than 1 per day. More than confident that we can beat that. If you do the replay at the loudest point possible when you land, it sounds real. Oh, it does. This whole thing is real. If you haven't tried this out with head tracking yet, it's absolutely crazy. But if you haven't done so already, everybody watching, please hit that like button. Click on subscribe if you're new here, or consider subscribing if you are enjoying the stream. And turn on notifications so you'll be notified whenever I go live or post a video. I am going to start working on posting videos outside of the streams. Landing videos, takeoffs, tutorials, things like that. Those are coming shortly. Like I said, new goal is 50 subscribers by September the 1st, and thank you to everybody who has subscribed so far. It really means a lot to me, and really makes me happy that so many people want to see the live streams and see my flights, and just having the opportunity to stream for everybody and just doing more than flying in the simulator for the flight simulator's sake, which is just absolutely fantastic either way. But having a group of people to display this to, and maybe some people that might not have access to the simulator but they can still enjoy it via the streams. Like I said, you're all crew members here, so thank you everybody. Again, means a lot to me. Replay mode, we're gonna have this view here for replay mode, and then I was thinking about this one here, this view here, and then something from the outside. We'll take the drone camera, come out of standard mode. I said I would turn the music off at 18,000, but I haven't been paying attention because I've been talking about replays. Do an air traffic control view. That is something, that is a possibility. Maybe we'll do an air traffic control view, plane spotting view. So I haven't quite figured out. I'm not sure if this version of Flight Simulator supports like a spot view, like FSX did, like how you had locked spot. So I'll have to look. Oh, plane spotting view. I took you way too literally there, Jack. I'm sorry. You mean like plane spotters at the airport? Yeah. Wow. For whatever reason, I took it for like spot mode, like when FSX had the spot mode camera view. Sorry about that. Starting to descend below the clouds now. What are our frame rate right now? What are we looking at? 60. Perfect. 60. Settings are set to high end with clouds on ultra, and like buildings on ultra. I don't push it up to ultra just for the stream, you know, because I am doing this off of one PC, so not trying to have the computer get overworked or anything like that, and then the stream's going to start lagging, and I'd really like to avoid that altogether. You know, I was just thinking, in regards to the smoking policy, I'm breaking my own rule because I do vape, and I've been vaping this whole time, so a little bit of a hypocrite, I guess. So when it comes to smoking, I guess, you know, I don't know how I can enforce that rule if I'm breaking it myself. Just about to come below 10,000 feet, so I'm going to get back in the cockpit real quickly as we do get below 10,000. We're probably going to need some drag. Yep, drag required, so speed brakes are coming out to flight detent just to get us below the 250 there. We can observe from our wing view. There we go. Speed brakes can come forward now. Just about to go below 10,000 feet. That means we will come up here. We'll turn our landing lights both into the on position. Oops, forgot to turn our engines into continuous. Oh well, you guys didn't see anything, right? Alright, looking very swell. Should be an excellent arrival. We are landing on runway, forgive me, I believe 13 left. Let's have a look. Yep, 13 left in Dallas. Below 10,000 feet now. looking like a little weird here. If we look at our flight plan here, it's looking like it's wanting us to do. Looks like we're taking a left-hand turn onto short final, so that'll be interesting. I hope our airplane gets us down on time. What's your call sign? It's up there in the top left-hand corner, right here, Jack. If you look at our flight progress, SWA 1018 is our call sign currently. And that's just a number I've made up. I didn't use the actual number from the flight ops that Southwest actually uses. I like to shy away from that kind of stuff. I don't want to upset anybody by using the actual flight number. Not that I'm thinking anybody would get upset, but you know what I mean. Cleared ILS approach runway 13 at Dallas, Fort Worth. Dallas Love Field. You mean? We're going to KDAL. Dallas Fort Worth is KDFW. Believe me, I used to forget the distinguish the two of them, and I would always land into the wrong Dallas. Report airport in sight when able. We take a look. I don't have visual. Do I have visual yet out there? I don't believe so. No visual contact as of yet. Airport not in sight. Love Field Tower. Airport is not in sight. Oh yes, approach. Sorry. Like I said, not a big ATC guy. I mean, I'm sure I could manage if I needed to. But I'm not all caught up on the lingo. I never have been, believe it or not, when it comes to flight sims. I've only ever been about the airplanes. Air traffic control is coming. Once I have some time to dump into that and learn, you know, I know that all the guys on that do the air traffic control for everybody on the simulator, like with VATSIM, and you know, they all are experienced. A lot of them are real air traffic controllers in most cases, you know, so I just don't want to go in there like a chump and not really know what I'm doing. So I don't really like this. I'm actually gonna take over. I'll put us in approach mode now, but I'm gonna take over our vertical speed and get us to descend a little bit more, just because I don't exactly like what the airplane's doing right now. It almost seems like we're too high, and I don't want to run the risk of that. So we're gonna bring this over into managed speed mode as well, which it already is. We'll get us slowed down already. I can do a brief little SWA. Contact Dallas Love Field Tower, thank you, good day. Yes, sir. The intentions, we're going to do a full stop landing on runway 13 left. Those are the intentions. Good luck in advance, thank you. Where we're going, we don't need luck. Have the field in sight. Let's see. No field in sight just yet, but it's coming. It's coming. We're gonna do flaps to 1 for now. You do have lucky number 13, absolutely.
2500.
$2,500 man is back. Yeah, you know, he was a little out of his mind the other day, I'm not gonna lie. It was hilarious though. That was funny, I will admit. That was very funny. Alright, we're gonna start replay, start recording. Go. Correction, expect gate 5. Alright. Roger, expect runway 13 left for your arrival into Dallas Love. You'll be at Terminal D. I'm not going to be able to promise that I'll be able to find the terminal, Jack, but I'll definitely try my best. Like I said, I don't use charts or anything like that, like airport charts. I just kind of wing it once I land, so I have to apologize for that. Well, I'll apologize for that, rather. No terminal. Here we go. Starting our turn for the landing. Everybody, gear is going to come down. Enjoy the arrival into Dallas Love Field, everybody. Thank you for joining me, as always. Really appreciate it. There's our runway over there. Looks like our... Oh my god. Whatever reason, looks like our approach. Oh my god, airplane, what are you doing? Dear Lord. Oh my goodness. Terminal D was at Dallas Fort Worth. Oh, I see. What is going on here? Alright. Going manual control now. My goodness. PMDG, man. What the fuck did you do? Airplane didn't act like this before your most recent update. Bringing us all over the place on our approach. That's alright. We fixed it ourselves. Enjoy the arrival, everybody. We are a little bit high. Just a tad. Wasn't expecting our airplane to act and behave the way it was. That was interesting.
500.
God.
300.
Yeah, we're a little bit high. That's okay. We'll do alright. A little bit off-center, too.
200.
Man, not really making myself look the best on our first... Oh, way off-center now.
100.
Way off-center. Turn, airplane. What is going on, dude? No rudder inputs,
30,
nothing?
20. 10.
Come on. There we go. Oh, now the rudder's working. Oh, all right. Oh Lord. Welcome to Dallas. Contact Dallas ground. Absolutely. Man, what was up with that, man? No rudder input at all. Just letting us drift. That's weird. Not sure what was up with that, but I'm gonna have to have a look. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, where do we need to turn off here? Where do we need to go? Frame rate is absolutely atrocious right now. Something isn't right here. That was a very whack landing, everybody. Frame rate has gone in the potato all of a sudden. Not sure if it's something going on with the simulator, which is why I had no rudder control. But alright, flaps going. Actually, no, flaps can stay where they are because we need those to stay up to do our replay. What are we looking at for frame rate now all of a sudden? 28, 29, it's doing better now. No rudder control on that on our arrival. Weird. Anyways. Hit play, pause us there, get our camera track recording in, come over here. Oh man, you know, will there ever be a day in my life where I don't forget to put our spoilers forward before we start the replay? Not that I should have to be completely honest with you, but you know how that goes. But here we go. Wish I had MSFS. What do you have, Jack? What are you using? X-Plane? Hey, it's alright, man. X-Plane is still a fine simulator. Still see that PMDG hasn't integrated the spoilers to work yet with the replay. The default airplanes do, but not this one for whatever reason. Alright, we'll get our replay. We'll start the other view now. Come backwards just a little bit. We'll get a better view of our turn. See where we make our crazy turns. Oops, no, we want this view. Yeah, I played X-Plane 10 a lot. A very lot of time spent in X-Plane 10. The IXEG 737, 300, and 400. Or was it just a 400? I forget. But that was my favorite. When that airplane came out for X-Plane 10, I took a day out of work. So was Dallas Love Field like John Wayne Airport? Yeah, so kind of. So Dallas Love... So Love Field is Southwest's main hub. That's where they're based out of. So that's primarily all you're going to see is Southwest airplanes at the gates. I know American and Delta fly out of there and a couple of other like small carriers. Not exactly sure the names of them, but... You can hear the speed brakes coming up. Are you a real pilot? I am not. I wish. That's the dream. Oh, maybe one day. But no, I am not a real pilot. Can't believe how our rudder control wasn't... Oh, you know what it is. I know what it is. I know what it is. When I fly the Airbus, I actually turn auto rudder on for taxiing just because of the independent nose wheel steering. So I'm willing to bet that's exactly what happened there. I didn't have the... Alright. So let's back this up a little bit now. We'll come over here. Let's pause that right there. Yeah, like right there. We will hit camera track recording. We will come up to our camera. We will do showcase, drone follow off, drone speed, let's turn that all the way up. And let's go park ourselves at the front of the runway. Take us a moment to get to it. There, drone speeds, increase that just a little bit. Where do we want to go? Right here sounds alright, right? It looks alright, rather. Obviously, get a little bit higher than this. This should be a good spot. And our airplane will be out there eventually when it comes into view. It's going to take a moment for it to come into view. That's why I didn't turn up volume. Oh yes, sorry about that. Volume is pretty high now. You should see our airplane come into view any moment now. It's gonna sound so good. Oh yes, I hope so. Where are we? We should be coming into view any second now. Any second. There we are. Hey, alright. Have control of the zoom here, but there you go. That was a cool flyby there, looking awesome. And we'll do one more view as well, and then we will taxi to the gate, and we will. So let's pause this, stop that, back this up just a little bit now. Start the camera track recording again. There we go. And we'll do it from here. Man, our frame rate is just... Ooh, what on earth happened? Look at our frame rate, chugging along. I have to... I heard that if you use an Xbox controller for your drone camera, it'll work a lot better, so I'm going to start looking into that. You'll have more control over it, but... Yeah, right around here is where I was putting... I was putting inputs in on the rudder and nothing was really happening. It's because auto rudder is on, and when auto rudder is on, I think it disables your independent control of the rudder system or something. But every single time auto rudder is on when I fly the PMDG, the rudder just doesn't work. So right here, I'm applying right rudder to help keep us on the center line, and we're just not turning. So I'm like, no turn. No, I'm putting more and more pressure. Now I'm like, okay, it looks like I'm just going to bank harshly here. No small corrections on this approach. You should have had to go around. Oh, I know. Big latent spoilers were off. Yes, they were, but these are my rules, so this is how I do it. Oh, look at that. All right. Now, as soon as I touch ground, and that's when the differentiation between the ground steering and the rudder inputs came into play. As you see, as soon as I touched the ground there, and as soon as the nose wheels started coming down, all of a sudden, hey, my access was working. Look at that. What do you know? Hold on AFK. All right. All right, everyone. Let's get ourselves taxied to the gate. All right, flaps coming forward, spoiler coming forward. Our spoilers did deploy, but for whatever reason, the replay does not pick them up. And we landed before the remainder of the touchdown markers. weren't in any danger. I have to go. All right, Jack, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for becoming a subscriber. Really greatly appreciate it. Hopefully I'll catch you. You're streaming on Friday as well. Bye, Michael. Have a nice flight. Thank you, sir. Really appreciate it. Thank you for the sub. Like I said, streaming on Thursday and Friday, so come check it out. I'll catch you later, man. Have a great evening. Welcome to Love everybody. Dallas. Next flight is to New Orleans, as mentioned. We've done New Orleans before, I believe. We've done New Orleans before. This is our second trip through. We gotta come up top here. We gotta turn our APU to the on position. Our landing lights can come off, and our taxi lights can come on. Can't believe that with the rudder inputs at the end, man. All of a sudden, the PMDG updates the airplane and some things don't work. But then again, they just updated the airplane yesterday, so I'm sure that something else is going to be released combating the issues that I just experienced. I'm sure others have experienced them as well. Yes, we have. Yep, that's what I thought. But no big deal. We will gladly go to New Orleans twice. Look at that. Something's wrong with the game. Yeah, look. See all the jetways? How they're all looking weird like that? This simulator, man, sometimes. See how there's like a section of the jetway missing? Figured something was amiss just by the frame rate, the fact that my rudder inputs weren't working at all, and no go-around there. The only time I'll initiate a go-around is if we are, way off or way too high, but that was enough to be saved. Didn't need to have a go-around there at all. APU generators will both come into the on position. APU bleed will also... It's already on, actually. I never turned it off. So, engines can both come off now. Welcome to Dallas, everybody. Let's come over here to our ground services menu, and let's get our wheel chocks set. Get our ground power unit over as well. Come over here to our load. We can't get our baggage loaders hooked up yet. Oh my god, that frame rate, man. What is going on? Like, look at that. What am I, 4 frames per second right now? 7, 12. Oh, there we go. Oh, now we're like back to normal. Alright. Interesting. But we are all hooked up here. We're just going to get our loaders coming in once the engines have slowed down long enough for them to be able to approach. We'll get our baggage loaders all coming in. There we go. Alright, we'll get our baggage loaders all hooked up to the airplane, and we will continue on to New Orleans. Hopefully we can get this frame rate issue settled. Because my goodness, that was looking ugly for a little bit. So bear with me just a few moments, everybody. I'm going to throw the Be Right Back sign up while I restart the simulator and get everything reset so we don't have any more of those problems. I'll catch you all in just a few moments, everybody. Be right back. Alright everybody, welcome back. Here we are, Dallas Love Field in Dallas, Texas, in our beautiful Boeing 737-700 painted in Freedom 1 colors by Southwest Airlines, looking absolutely gorgeous. Like I said, our second leg now is taking us Dallas to New Orleans. Dallas to New Orleans, everybody. Flight time on this one is about 1 hour and 6 minutes. Without further ado, let's jump right into the flight deck right away and get everything going on our end and start getting our airplane ready for departure. So the first thing to do is program our flight plan. So let's come over to our FMC right here. We need to enter in our origin, which for this leg is KDAL. Enter that in. Our destination is KMSY. There we go. For New Orleans, Armstrong International Airport, our flight number remains the same, SWA 1018. Plugging that in. Our runway, our departure runway out of New Orleans is looking like it's going to be, let's check our flight plan here, 13 right. So just to the right of where we just landed. Makes sense because it's probably where the wind is coming from. So there we go. 13 right entered in there. And we don't have a direct departure this time, so let's put that in first. Like I said, going out of runway 13 right, they want us to go on the Lindris Departure, which is right there, or Linder 5 rather. So we'll enter that in, and it's looking like it wants us to go to the Zalea transition, which is right here, so we're plugging that in now, looking good. Going back to our route direct to Zalea, which is already in. From there, we're going direct to SWB. Enter that in. VOR DME. Which one is it? We need to go over to our flight plan and just have a look. .315E. So it's the first one right here. Usually is the first one. Just always want to make sure that we're going to be entering in our correct waypoint information. And then from there, we're going direct to LSU, Louisiana State University. Just kidding. Oh, come on. It's got to be this right here, the first one. And then we're arriving on runway 11 in New Orleans. So there we are, ILS runway 11. We'll select that, and it looks like it wants us to do the Audad 1 arrival, which is this first one right here. Perfect, via the LSU transition. Excellent. Everything's looking good there. We'll click on activate and execute that. Let's go over to our legs page now, and let's get out of this position, out of this position as well. Come over here to our screen here. We'll turn this over to plan. Looking good, and then we're just going to click on step here in the FMC just to make sure that our flight plan looks correct, and just make sure that nothing looks amiss. So we're going to click on step. Go. That's looking like a good departure. We have a discontinuity here. We can delete that out. Invalid delete. Oh, man. So from Voodoo, we're going to Turtle, so I guess we're just going to populate that in ourselves. So from Voodoo to Turtle, step, look at that, straight in to our runway there. Perfect, which is exactly what we want. We're looking good on the route now, so we are good to go. Fuel is already on the airplane. Our passengers are already boarded, so we're going to come down here. We're going to tell our ground service workers to take a hike. We'll get our loaders released from the airplane. Go outside and just make sure they are going to leave without a fuss. There they go, leaving for us now. Excellent. So we will get back in the cockpit here, and now we need to program our overhead. So we'll just take a trip right here real quick and get everything going. We need to start our APU first, so our left aft fuel pump is going to come into the on position. We'll come over here as well, get our APU master switch to the on position, and then click it down to start. You see there the exhaust gas temperature needle just flickered a little bit. We can get outside and listen and make sure that we are going to start 100%. There we go, you can hear the APU starting to fire up. Let's get back inside and wait for our APU to fully fire up before we continue. And we'll come down here now to our FMC, and we will start our performance. So our gross weight, we need to get that from our flight plan here. Looks like our gross weight today, you know what, I'm not trusting that. We're going over here to our payload menu. Gross weight 135.7. Alright. Go, 0 fuel weight of 120.5. Let's just make sure that that agrees with what our flight plan is having us on, which it does. Perfect. Our reserve fuel, grab that from our flight plan as well. Looks like our fine reserve fuel, looks like that's a 2.2. 2,200 pounds. We'll enter that in. Our cost index on this leg is going to be 23. We'll enter in our cost index. Our cruising altitude for this leg is going to be 37,000. We're going quite high for this leg. We'll execute that in. And then our average cruise wind is looking like on this leg is coming in from a heading of 328, and it's only coming in at 4 knots. Excellent. There we go. That looks good. We'll go over to N1 limit outside air temperature. We're just going to leave that as is. It doesn't really seem to do anything when I click on it. So we'll derate our thrust just a little bit. Looking good. 93% on one. We'll go over to takeoff. We'll select flaps 5. Excellent. And then our center of gravity, we need to grab that from our payload screen. Our takeoff center of gravity is 23.6%. So we'll plug that in now as well. 23.6. There we go. Gives us a trim value of 5.72. We'll get our V speeds plugged in as well. Alright, looking absolutely fantastic. We can come up here now. So looking perfect. Let's get our trim plugged in. Like I said, we're looking for 5.72. So we'll just get this little doohickey right here at about 5 3/4. Alright, that's looking good. Perfect. Alright, there's nothing really else that we need to do now other than finish what we had going on up top in our overhead. So let's come over here back to our overhead panel and start the checks left. The way these works is you start on the left, you go down, and then make your way right. So it's left, down, and then up, down, then to the right, down, and so on and so forth, and you do all these panels. So let's get everything started on that. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to make sure all of these guards are closed for our flight controls and our alternate flaps, which they are. We're also going to turn our APU generators on now. There we go. APU generators are on. Turn our APU bleeds on as well. Start really getting some air flowing through the cockpit. We'll get our packs into the auto position as well. Looking good. Yaw damper's going to come into the on position now. Perfect. All of our navigation switches here for the FMC IRSs and our VHF nav are going to stay normal. Our display sources are going to stay on normal, and our control panel is going to be set on normal. Fuel temperature is looking good. Nothing out of normal there. Fuel pumps are going to stay off with the exception of our left aft fuel pump for now until engines are ready to start. We'll come over here to our power situation right here. We're going to turn this over to APU generator and get this cranked down to standby power. Engine drive disconnect switches and standby power guards are going to stay closed. Ground power, we'll click that up just to make sure it's off, which it is. We just turned on our APU, so we're good. Come over here, our lights, we don't really need them at the moment. Equipment cooling can stay normal. Emergency exit lights are already armed. Fasten seatbelt signs are going to come into the on position, just so everybody knows that we are going to be getting ready to go shortly. We'll come over here to our window heat now. Our window heats come into the on position. Our probe heats will stay off until we are ready to push back. Anti-ice is not required, so that will all stay off. Our electronic hydraulic switches will both come into the on position. Pressurization, everything looks normal there. We'll come up here, go over to our passenger cabin, and we will turn this over to cool. Let's get everybody nice and cold. It's 100 degrees in Fort Worth at the moment, so everybody should be nice and toasty inside the airplane right now. Our pack situation, this all stays normal, and we aren't touching anything here until we're ready to start engines. And our cruising altitude, we just need to get that up to 37,000 feet. Awesome, there we go. And our anti-collision lights can come on. So that is all set to go now. The next thing we have to do is come over here to our autopilot and just get that information plugged in. So our cruising altitude of 370. 370 plugged in now as well. On our V2 speed, plus 10, it's going to be 147. Auto throttle is going to be armed. Both flight directors are both going to come into the on position. VNav gets clicked on as well as LNav. Alright, excellent. Auto brake comes over to RTO. Okay, the only thing we have left to do now is push and get us started. We are ready to go. So let's go over to our VFR map here and just make sure that we know where we are going. We're looking for runway 13 right, which if I'm not mistaken should be this one right here. Yep, that says 13 right, looking perfect. We're gonna push back and out. To our left here and just follow this taxiway up here. Cross runway 13. Actually, nope, we don't need to cross the runway. We're gonna come over here, take a left, take a left, take a left. Okay, perfect. So now we'll come over here and we will get our pushback all up and ready to go. Pre-planned pushback. Let's get out of Dallas, everybody, and let's head to New Orleans. There we go, our pushback is all planned in. Let's go ahead and hit request. Jetway's going to disconnect and our truck is going to get disconnected to us for pushback. We're going to get our fuel pumps turned on now. Probe heats can come on as well, and our packs can come on to the opposition. Sorry everybody, the airflow is going to cease for a moment while we get our engine started and we get out of Dallas.
Sir, the bypass pin is installed. All doors and hatches closed and all ground equipment is removed.
We are cleared for start and push.
Okay, cleared for push start.
Parking brakes are released.
Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence.
Yeah, we'll start.
Alright, starting the engines in sequence. Always, we will start engine number 2 first. So engine number 2 is going to come over to the start position. We will come down here and make sure we have N2 rotation, which we do. N2 is coming to life. Come up here, we have N1 rotation as well. It's starting up looking good. As usual, once we hit 25% of N2 on engine number 2, we will initiate fuel flow right down here. We'll pop out to the wing and listen to our engine start. There's 25% popping out to the wing. Alright, sounds like we got a good start of engine number 2. Let's get back in the cockpit, make sure that everything is starting correctly with it, which it is. Perfect. Come over here, we'll bring engine number 1 to the ground position. We'll come down here. N2 rotation looking good. N1 rotation has started looking good as well. 25% of N2, we will initiate fuel flow and pop over to the wing and have a listen. Set our parking brake for our lovely gentleman here. It takes a little bit, but
Parking brake set.
there we go.
Ground. Startup is complete. You may disconnect.
Alright, startup is complete. He's going to disconnect. Sounds like we do have good engine starts from in here. Come up top now. Turn our engine generator switches on. Looking good there. APU can come into the off position as well. Our packs can both come on. Isolation valve goes up into auto. APU bleed comes off. We are all set and ready to go, ladies and gentlemen. Taxi lights are going to come on. We'll come out here and watch our flaps come down from the passenger view. Alright, looking good. Flaps are down now. Let's come back inside the cockpit and let's get ready to taxi, ladies and gentlemen, on our way to New Orleans. Last leg of our journeys today. Give us some power to get the airplane moving. Alright, let's get a look at our map. Let's just make sure that we are going to be heading the right direction here. We're just going to follow this loop all the way around the terminal. Of course, I'd like to thank you all again for coming and hanging out with me on this beautiful afternoon. I'm going to pop this back up one more time. Please go ahead, if you're new here, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and turn on notifications for my channel. That way you are notified whenever we go live. We have a new subscriber goal of 50 by September 1st. We're currently sitting at 28. We hit our previous subscriber goal, which we accomplished last night. We had 26 subscribers, and we gained 2 more today, and I wasn't even streaming, so that's absolutely excellent. Thank you to all that have subscribed so far. It really means a lot to me. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. In case you're just tuning in, this flight has us going to New Orleans from Dallas Love Field in Dallas, Texas. Not Dallas Fort Worth. This is Dallas Love, which is where Southwest is based out of. Alright. This is going to be a turn and burn, everybody. No holding short of the runway. We are turning and getting the blank out of here. How's the volume? Can everybody hear the plane okay? Just want to make sure it's nice and loud for everyone. Alright everyone, we're about to turn on to our runway, so we're going to come up top real quick. Landing lights are going to come on, taxi lights come off, and we will get our position lights and strobe lights on to steady. Everybody enjoy the departure out of Dallas for New Orleans. Rotate. positive rate, gear up. Right, climb power is in, lowering the nose. What a nice departure, up and away, absolutely. On our way to good old New Orleans. Go get some good old jambalaya. Just want to let everybody know there will be no stream on Saturday this week. Saturday I will not be home. There will also not be a stream on Friday as well, as I will not be home. There will be a stream on Sunday, and that is our 25 subscriber celebration. And that's going to be a long haul, as mentioned, from Newark, New Jersey to Frankfurt, Germany in a 787-10 Dreamliner. Flaps can come up to 1. Autopilot can come on. Flaps can come clean. Beautiful departure out of Dallas Love Field. On our way to New Orleans. Alright, we just surpassed 10,000 feet. You know what that means? We gotta come in here and get our landing lights turned off. Auto brakes can come off of the RTO setting. On our way to New Orleans, everybody. Alright, everybody, you have to excuse me. I need to use the little aviator's room. I will be right back. Okay, I have returned from the little aviator's room. Okay, I'm going to turn the music on. Enjoy. New Orleans right now is calling for light rain. So we'll see exactly how that's going to go. Winds aren't exactly too crazy though. If I have a look at the METAR data right now, it looks like winds are currently... Winds are calm, so we don't have very much going on for winds. So if I really screw up this landing, then I don't really have anything to blame but myself. Still saying light rain. No winds though, which is great, but we have broken clouds at 11,000, a few clouds at 9,300, and then looks like few clouds at 7,000. Just want to remind everybody as well, if you wouldn't mind, please hit that like button and click on the subscribe button as well, and turn on alerts for the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Our new goal is 50 subscribers by September the 1st. We just hit our first goal of 25 late last night. We just missed it. Just missed it for a stream on Sunday, a celebratory stream, so it had to be rescheduled for this upcoming Sunday now. Excuse me. And now, one thing I just want to remind everybody of, that I am not going to be live on Friday. Instead, the stream has been moved forward a day to, or moved back a day to, yeah, forward a day to Thursday. We're going to be doing our regularly scheduled stream, and that is going to be looking like it's going to be, what do I have scheduled? Do I have Frontier scheduled? I believe so. Oh wait, no, I do have a stream on Friday. I lied. We're streaming early on Friday. Thursday, we are doing Frontier. Friday, we're doing Spirit. And then no stream Saturday. And then Sunday, we are doing a long haul from Newark, New Jersey to Frankfurt, Germany in a United Airlines Boeing 787-10 Dreamliner. Really looking forward to that one. That's a long one. Only one leg that day, obviously, just because of how long the flight is. Flight time on that one's going to be about 6.5 hours, so it'll probably be around like 7.5 hours of stream time total because of that. I hope you're not expecting me to stay at my computer the entire flight. I will not. I will be walking away at some point just to take care of some things. After all, it is a Sunday afternoon, so just want to make sure that I have my stuff taken care of during the stream. Really looking forward to that. Can't wait to do that one. I did a test flight of that exact same flight a couple of days ago, and everything went really smoothly. So looking like an awesome flight for that day. Really looking forward to it. Really can't wait. That is the celebratory stream for our goal, hitting 25 subscribers by August 1st, which we did. We made it last night, and we gained 3 more than I anticipated to boot. Thank you so much for subscribing to all of you who have. It really means a lot to me. Really appreciate it. As always, you'll hear me say that over and over again. We start our descent at about 129 miles, as you can see there. Looks like we're scheduled to arrive at about 32 minutes past Zulu. So if we have a look, looks like we're arriving in about 40 minutes overall. So another 40 minutes until our arrival, everybody. A little bit of a later one than usual. Well, not really. We usually land right around that time anyway. Can't get over how fantastic this livery looks. Absolutely awesome. Love the way the Freedom livery, Freedom 1 livery looks. Like I said, I was just scrolling through flightsim.to earlier today and noticed that this was available, and how could I say no to this one? Absolutely fantastic looking. Cruising at 37,000 feet currently on our way to New Orleans. Armstrong International Airport, New Orleans, Louisiana. Go back into the flight deck here. Get out of our wing view and have a look. Looks like we are due to arrive. Start our descent in about 87 nautical miles. Looks like we are due to arrive in about another 34 minutes. So we got a little bit of a tailwind pushing us along now, about 5 knots. So really calm winds in New Orleans as well, but it's light rain, and it looks like that's what we're flying into here. You can see it just ahead of us, all that lovely, all those lovely clouds starting to come into view. But the winds are calm, and the visibility looks like we're not going to have any issues with that either. Visibility is looking like it's 10 miles, so which is actually really awesome. And they still saying light rain, 77 degrees. So hopefully maybe that rain will be cleared up a little bit, but if not, no big deal. Not anything we can't handle. Just want to throw it out there as well. You can follow me on Instagram. There's my handle there at fly_with_MB. That's where I post all of my stream announcements. You will see upcoming streams. If I have to postpone anything, cancel anything, it will all be on my Instagram. I will post stories as well as post actual posts of my upcoming streams. So follow me on Instagram for all of my news and upcoming information. That way you'll know if a stream has been postponed or canceled, just in case I'm not able to tell you personally. Go to my Instagram right now. You will see posts about our celebratory stream coming up on Sunday. Again, I'll repeat it, in a Boeing 787-10 Dreamliner from Newark, New Jersey to Frankfurt, Germany. It's about a 6.5-hour flight. It'll be a long one that day, but definitely worth it. I did a test flight of that exact same airplane in the exact flight earlier last week, and it went absolutely smooth, and I had no problems. So I'm confident that we won't have any problems either. Look at those clouds, looking absolutely stunning as usual on our way to New Orleans. Keeping track of our weather, as of right now it's just some light rain. Oh, there we go. Updated now, overcast, 78 degrees, 10-mile visibility, which is great. Just got some overcast, but we don't have any high gusting winds. Winds are actually labeled as calm right now, which is absolutely fantastic, which is what you want to hear. No struggles on our arrival with this one, I hope. Still looking absolutely fantastic as usual. We'll go outside and take a look at the airplane from the exterior on our way to New Orleans. I'm back. I've been cleaning out my closet. Yuck. Oh boy. I hate organizing closets. Back just in time to see our arrival into New Orleans. As I was just saying, it's overcast there. It was just raining a few moments ago, but we only have overcast now, so we're not going to be expecting any indecent weather on our arrival, which I'm very thankful for. Now I just have nothing to blame my poor landing on. Nothing to blame my poor landing on but myself. Gonna jump back in the flight deck here and just make sure that we're looking good. Is still on our progress page. Top up descent is in 29 miles. I'm gonna go over to our legs page and find out exactly what altitude they want us at. Looks like 4,000 is what we're looking for. So, oh my god, that glare. We're gonna come down here and bring us down to 4,000 feet. The airplane will start descending automatically once we reach our top of descent. Yeah, we can already see we are starting to enter into the clouds, the overcast that I was just mentioning. Uh-oh. Shouldn't be a problem, though. And I hope that the auto rudder situation's been fixed as well for the landing. certainly hope everybody's having a good Monday evening. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me on our way to New Orleans. Greatly appreciate any time that anybody gives me. Means a lot to me. 28 subscribers currently is what we are sitting at. More than happy we meet our goal just at the last minute, man. I was biting my fingernails yesterday sitting at 24 subscribers, man. We were one away. I was like, there's no way we're going to miss it by one, are we? And then I woke up this morning and I took a look and we had 26 subscribers. Well, we technically hit 25 last night, but it was kind of late when I saw it, and then I woke up this morning to another subscriber. Checked earlier this afternoon, we had 27, and then we had another viewer drift in earlier this stream, and he's subscribed as well, our friend Jack there. So now we're up to 28 subscribers. Our new goal is to have 50 by September 1st, so we only need 22 more to reach our 50 subscriber goal, which I'm more than confident that we can meet. We should be starting our descent sometime soon here. Just going to jump back into the flight deck and just make sure that our airplane is doing what it's supposed to do. 1 nautical mile until our descent, and there it goes. We are starting our descent now into the New Orleans area. There's the overcast that it was talking about. It's getting more and more cloudy the more and more we go into or head more towards Louisiana. The wind isn't looking too terrible though, and that's really the important thing. And the visibility. Either way, we're landing ILS, so I don't think we'll have a problem. But right now, currently, like I said, the weather in New Orleans is looking like 78 degrees Fahrenheit, overcast. Winds are calm still. 10 miles or greater of visibility, with clouds overcast at 11,000, and that's the ceiling too. Few clouds at 7,000, a few clouds at 3,000, so I don't think we'll really have any struggles with visibility at all descending into New Orleans and planting our wheels onto the runway. Just gonna go here and check the weather radar on my phone just to make sure that I have the most up-to-date information. Go ahead and type in New Orleans. Thunderstorms likely to continue through 9 p.m. That's that's not good. We'll go ahead and we'll zoom out, just checking the radar here and just make sure we should be arriving probably in another like 20 minutes or so. So let's just, looks like we'll have some rain showers on our arrival, but nothing too crazy. Yeah, we're definitely going to have some rain showers during our arrival. Maybe a little bit of heavy rain, but shouldn't be anything too crazy. Not anything I don't think we can handle, especially with that ceiling being so high at 11,000. That's where the overcast is, so I really don't think we'll have any struggles. Hey, Michael, I'm back from making dinner. Hello, Jack. Welcome back. You're just in time. We've just started our descent down into the New Orleans area. Made steak. Excellent. Steak is my favorite food, my friend. What cut? You grill it, pan sear it, bake it, broil it. Can I be ATC? If you wish. Not guarantee that I will know the exact lingo or know exactly what to say, but you can try. On the grill. There we go. You see, I've unfortunately been dumbed down to make my steak primarily on the in a pan searing with some butter and a couple other spices. Throw some garlic in there, throw some thyme seasoning in as well, some herbs. Still comes out just as good because where we're located and where I'm living right now, they do not allow us to have grills, so you know, that kind of cuts out unless I want to get a little George Foreman grill and then sit out on the patio and start grilling out there, but I don't want to make anybody angry, so we've just been doing a lot of pan searing on steaks lately. Haven't had steak in a while. I've been looking at the steaks, you know, in the store when we go grocery shopping, and, you know, the prices of that stuff just never seem to go down. You know, and the meat looks great too, and I want to buy it, but I like my cash dollars a little bit more, so I've been eating a lot of healthy turkey foods lately. Turkey burger and turkey kielbasa, ground chicken, you know, a lot of the healthy stuff. At one point I was eating steak like twice a week, maybe even more, which is absolutely awful for you, but I loved it so much, loved every bit of it. I would eat it all too, even when I knew I shouldn't. I would finish a big 16-ounce sirloin, sometimes go even bigger. SWA1018, hello, saying tensions, please. You'd probably be some sort of center. Not sure what center you would be. Maybe New Orleans center? I might be wrong. But New Orleans center, descending below 29,000 feet. This is Southwest 1018. Requesting a flight following to New Orleans. Like I said, ATC services is something I am going to start exploring soon. That's just something that I need a lot of practice with. You know, a lot of the controllers that do fly on VATSIM and Pilot Edge, you know, they're experienced controllers, and I don't want to go in there, and I'm sure they'd work with me, right? Like, if I know what I'm doing when it comes to taxiing around and airspeed limitations and altitude restrictions, which I do know, I can follow charts, I do know how to read charts, so that's half the battle right there. It's just being confident in my ability to kind of control the stream, control the airplane, while everything's going on is what I need to work on, but definitely coming up in the future. Proceed on course to KMSY. Oh, yes. Grab a look inside. Oh, look at those clouds. This is good practice. Yeah. Yes, true. 86 nautical miles to go until we arrive, just passing below 25,000 feet. I need to look in again. The flight information bar you're seeing up there with our altitude on it was displaying the correct altitude when we were flying the other day all the way through. At first I thought it maybe could have been the fact that we were like in standard mode for altitude, and possibly the source for this program that gives us our flight information there is grabbing our like actual altitude maybe, or something like that, and that's the difference in altitude, because according to our instrumentation we're just passing below 24,000 feet, and according to our flight progress bar we're just passing through 25, so it seems like we're about 1,050 feet off. So I'm just gonna have to look into that and find out exactly what's causing that. No big deal. I'm sure not everybody's gonna mind. I mean, it might not be taking into account atmospheric pressure either, which could also be what it is, which also would mean that that's why we're seeing such a big difference when we're in standard mode. So I wonder if we take ourselves out of standard mode, if we will have the actual altitude being displayed correctly. 1018, which runway do you want today? We are landing on runway... Just have a look again. Runway 11. ILS runway 11, please. Fortunately, too, I'm just also starting to realize that I'm more of a Airbus guy now. I never thought I would say that. Contact New Orleans approach on 124.9er. Alright, let's go in the cockpit and you can contact approach. 124.9. There we go. See, I know what I'm doing when it comes to this stuff. Uh-oh. Cleveland Airport information, Jack. What did you have us tuned into here? What'd that say? Is this... Oh, it's Houston. Oh, wait, no. What are we tuned into? What is this? It's an ATIS. At least the colors look good. Oh, yes. Absolutely. Alright. We're turning that off, because I have no idea what that is. Too funny. Oh yes, Freedom 1, Boeing 737-700, absolutely fantastic. When I first saw this airplane on FlightSim.to, I knew I couldn't pass up the opportunity to take this one up for a spin. Now, Friday and Thursday, we're streaming Thursday and Friday. Thursday stream starts at noon, and Friday starts at 10 a.m. Thursday has us in a Frontier Airlines Airbus A320neo. We are going from Philadelphia to Raleigh, North Carolina, and then from Raleigh to Atlanta. Friday, we're in a Spirit Airlines A320neo, going from Orlando to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and then Myrtle Beach to LaGuardia. And I have a stunning approach plan for LaGuardia as well. Really looking forward to that. Windsor 1A contact 125.5, please thank you today. That should be the approach. All right. We'll go on inside the cockpit. We'll tune to the approach. Oh, we gotta bring ourselves out of standard mode. Now let's test this now. Let's look at our altitude. What are we looking at? 17.3. See, now it's only about 700 feet off, so I don't know. Who knows at this point. Drag required. Okay, we'll go ahead and put our speed brakes up now. Let's get out to the wing view and have a look at our beautiful speed brakes coming up now, slowing the airplane down for us a little bit more on our approach into New Orleans. Keeping a lookout on that weather, we have a lot of rain. Looks like some heavy rain bands are probably going to be getting into us when we make our approach, so visibility is still looking good, though. It's not giving us any alerts or anything like that, so I'm pretty confident. Still showing us overcast right now with 10-mile visibility. I'm really hoping that we don't have any problems landing today, or at least this leg. And if I have troubles with my rudder commands again in the PMDG, I'm going to have to do some more research into that. The rudder controls work fine with the Airbus. When I'm using the Airbus TCA side stick with the captain pack and the throttle quadrant, I don't really have any problems. The only thing you have to do there is turn auto rudder off and you'll be fine. But I accidentally had auto rudder on because I was messing around with an AT6 or a T6, and I turned auto rudder on for that one. Just for whatever reason, I kind of feel like it was making it easier for me to practice on and fly with, and I forgot to turn it off, so I'm hoping that's what the problem was with our last landing when it came to our rudder controls. Why don't you fly the MAX? So the MAX isn't available yet for Flight Simulator 2020. It's coming soon. PMDG, the same people that make this airplane here, the 737-800, is about to make its way to the simulator in mid-August, so we got another few weeks until the 800 comes into play. And they're going to be releasing the 900 after that, and then I believe they're planning on releasing the MAX shortly thereafter. There is a 737 MAX available in the marketplace. I do have it. I did buy it some time ago when I had originally first started Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. 707, nope, no 707 either, unfortunately. This simulator is still very new, so all those classic airliners aren't going to be making their way over just yet. Shortly, though, I do know that a 727's under development. There's a 777 under development by PMDG, a 74 under development. There's a lot of airplanes under development, and it's just all about waiting for those to come out before we can fly them, and patiently waiting. You know, these airplanes take a very long time to develop, so, you know, people have to understand that. And when I say people, I mean, like, you know, other sim enthusiasts that don't always understand that. You know, making an airplane like this with all the detail that they put into it isn't something that happens overnight. And, you know, those developers have let us know that. Are you going to try to be a 737-700 pilot? Maybe one day, you know, with all the pilot shortages going on right now, I would definitely love to, but flight school, man, is just too expensive. I've looked into it several times. I've applied for loans. You know, I applied for loans last year. Or not even last year, it was like 4 months ago to try and do it through ATP Flight School, because they opened up one in Boston, and it, like, nah, I just not going to do that to myself. You know what I mean? Putting myself in $115,000 worth of debt. No thanks. Contact New Orleans Tower, 119.5. You got it. Just gotta find out how far away we are first. New Orleans Tower, we are 8 miles to your southwest, requesting ILS landing runway 13, or runway 11. Full stop landing, please, and thank you. Alright, slowing down now, below 250 knots. We're just about to go below 10,000 feet. We'll come up here and get our landing lights on now. Like I was just saying, man, we'll turn down the music now. We'll turn the in-game volume up so everybody can hear the engines greatly. So the one thing I was saying before is, you know, I never thought I'd say this. I was always a Boeing guy, you know, loved the Boeings, flying the simulator when I was young. You know, unfortunately, the Airbus lately I've just been having more luck, and I think it's because maybe it's just the way that the PMDG was fine. Like I tried it yesterday, like I said, and it was not yesterday. When are you gonna fly the Queen? I did fly the Queen actually. I flew the 7-4 on what day was? When did we do Qantas? Was that Saturday or Sunday? We did the 7-4 earlier last weekend, and that was a good one. I had no problem landing that one. It came in a little rough, a little hard on the bouncy bounce, but don't have a lot of experience with the heavies. You know, if I were to come in here and tune down the realism settings, I could probably, you know, figure it out. But like I said, I don't like doing that. I like flying as if I was an actual pilot flying the 7-4, you know, so I like to take everything into consideration. Here's these overcast clouds that we are just popping through now. Look at all those. There's the rain. This is going to be an interesting one, folks. This might be a go-around type situation. I can't seem to get any of our wind information. The METAR data isn't updating. The winds were calm the last time I checked. This is accurate with our cloud levels at 7,000, which is where we're just passing through now. So this is accurate. So let me have a look at our weather and see if I can grab anything about the wind in New Orleans here. Let me check my... Go to the Weather Service app, or the Weather Channel app, rather. Alright, still looking good, everybody. I'm probably going to be remaining in the cockpit for the remainder of the flight until we arrive. There's our runway out there. We have visual contact with our runway. Excellent. Shining right out there. We're still at 252 knots. We're supposed to be at 250, but no harm, no foul. Go over here, get our auto brake set to 2. We will get our approach mode on as well. Should have no problem nailing this one today. The airplane is acting normal. Are the Pats going to win the Super Bowl? Oh boy. We'll see. I mean, Mac Jones needs to impress after his uneventful finish of last season. After that Buffalo game, man, he was never the same. After he threw those 2 passes, and they only won 1 out of their last 4. Then again, I'm not an NFL player, and I never will be, so I can only imagine the amount of stress Mr. Jones was underneath, especially having good old Bill Belichick as your head coach. Imagine the standards of that man are very high, so, you know, we'll see. It was his rookie season, so, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. Hoping that they do well, obviously. Alright, we're just about to hit a decel moment here. Look at that. We are beautifully lined up already. Beautifully lined up. I hope everyone enjoys the arrival. We will be having replays as well. Looks like some rain showers are falling just ahead of us. We're just about to pass through one of them here. Sorry, been watching TV. Not a problem, not a problem. Just in time for the arrival. There we go. There's our decel starting to slow down nicely now. We are beautifully on track. Autopilot is working just like it should. Don't forget to apply the speed brakes. They will come up automatically. But on the replay, you will not see them, just because the PMDG 737 doesn't support that. The default airplanes do, but not this one. This one, it wasn't made by Microsoft. This one was made by PMDG, and they've made really the most accurate representation of the 737 as far as everything's concerned, as far as the way the controls feel, like everything. So, alright, there we go. Looks like we are starting our about to be on to short final here. We're on final now, so everybody enjoy the arrival. We're going to come up here and we are going to start the recording for our replay. There we go. Recording has started. Auto throttle is in fact still engaged, but no problem. My throttle quadrant has an auto throttle disconnect switch. So I shouldn't have any problems there. Flap's going to come to 1. Speaking of speed brakes, they're still up. We are going a little fast though, so that's no problem. Five miles out, gear coming down.
$2,500.
2,500 feet. Gear maybe came down a little bit early. Just a tad, only a mile early, no big deal. I am not wearing my glasses, so I mistook that 5 for a 6, but it's no problem. Looking good, everybody. Looking damn good. Stick it? I am planning on it. Are you my training partner or what? Well, we'll see. Watch and learn. Oh, why are our speed brakes still up, dude? What? Everybody, at 1,000 above, the airplane will go into my control. Enjoy this wonderful view and this wonderful landing into New Orleans, everybody. Thank you for joining me, as always. By control. Enjoy the arrival, everyone. Yep. Oops. A little high, but that's alright. We should technically be going around, but nah.
400.
We'll make it.
300.
Alright, welcome to New Orleans, everybody. Flared a little bit late, but we saved it. Nice job, thank you. Thank you very much. Flared very late. 50, 40, 30, 20. I was like, uh-oh. Alright, turning off our runway now. Alright, very good stuff, everybody. Go ahead and stop us right here for now. There we go, stop us right there. We'll come up to our replay window, stop our replays, hit the play button. Oh, it's raining now. Looks like we missed the rain just by the hair of our chin. Enjoy the first replay view, everybody. Thank you, appreciate it. No, another thing I noticed too is the wing flex doesn't carry over either. It's starting to thunder here. Uh-oh, yeah, we've had overcast here all afternoon. Didn't get any rain or anything like that. The engine sounds transfer over, but the wing flex and the spoilers don't. The flaps lever translates, so you can see me putting the flaps down in real time, but not the speed brake. Speed brakes are armed when we land, so they should pop up automatically, and at first I had originally thought it was maybe because I didn't manually pull the speed brake back on my quadrant. Tried that too last stream and it didn't work, so just something on PMDG's side. Concorde soon, yeah, you know, I was talking about that earlier. Really have to do some more research. That's a really, really complex airplane, so just really want to make sure that I'm doing everything correctly so we don't mess up the stream or make myself look like a fool. Under my control here. Not sure what our wind speed was on arrival. 707 speed record, yeah. Providence to Orlando in an hour and 30 minutes. Didn't check our wind when we were landing. It's something I fail to do often. But this one's gonna look mighty nice. Pretty good angle there. We will switch it up and get another angle from our other wing view. So we'll stop that, back this up just a little bit. Get our angle from right here. There we go. Look at that. That looks nice. Oh my god, there's cars in the river. What on earth? Whoa. Something's going on there. Let's have a chat with the Highway Safety Board on that one, huh? No reverse thrust. No spoilers. PMDG. Still got our landing claps though. A couple lone people clapping for me. Hey, I still landed within all the touchdown markers, so we were good. Didn't make the initial touchdown marker, but you gotta run. Alright, Jack, I'll catch you later, man. Have a good evening, as always. Thank you for tuning in. Live on Thursday. Make sure you're here to check it out, starting at noon. A lot earlier than usual. We'll go ahead and stop the recording on this camera, and we will get one more recording. Technically, we will get one more for everyone. There we go. This is going to be the last one, everybody, before we fade to black. How about some of those hopper flights in a C3? A C3? I mean DC3? There is a DC3 coming. That's coming very soon in November. We will have our hands on a Douglas DC3 in the simulator, so really can't wait. Can't wait to have access to that one. Last replay, everybody. Looking really good there. We will do, I lied, one more, and then I will be silent and fade to black once the replay is over. Again, thank you to everybody who joined me today. Really, really appreciate it. Means a whole heck of a lot to me. We'll get this view for one last one. Take care, everybody. Have a great evening. I will catch you all next time. Thursday is our next stream. We will be starting at noon. I will see you all there. Take care, everybody. Have a great evening. Bye-bye now.